I'm really finna try to sit here and record this video under the influence, but I must talk about this now. Solos. Okay. Solos on Prime. My timer went off and fucked up my recording. Okay. Solos on Prime Video. Like, I don't, okay. I just don't, oh my God. I'm truly speechless. Okay. Get it together, TJ. I was minding my own business. When I looked, I turned on my, what's in the back? Google, my Chromecast TV in the back. And I was on Prime Video looking at something completely different. I saw a little advertisement for a show called Solos. And the image for this particular ad showed like multiple different several different actors that were on the show. So it showed, if I can find the picture, I will, it'll be the picture. I'm sure I can. It was a hot, that's why I loved it. It showed a hodgepodge of actors. Anne Hathaway, Anthony Mackie, Helen Mirren, I think that's her name, Morgan Freeman. Now, I'm not saying I know the careers of all these people, but so I don't know if there's like any work or works where all these people have been together before, but just this conglomeration of people in one show, I was like, what? That's what? It intrigued me. And so when I went to, just the image alone, advertisement has been working on me lately. So I look further into it. And the description, apparently, they either did this on purpose or I just didn't pay attention. Probably the latter. But what I'm thinking the whole show is about is what the first episode is about. Only the first episode is about this thing, or this synopsis is like a physicist is trying to make contact with the future. That's like very brief description of what it read. And I was like, okay, science fiction. You got me. That's strike two. I'm drawn in. And so the other day, something said, you know what? Let's watch that, because this was days ago when I saw that. I added it to my list, and I was like, okay, let's watch it. And I watched the first episode, and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. And then the second episode rolls around, because when you stream it, it's just you binging. So the second episode comes on, and I quickly find out that it has nothing to do with the first one. So I was like, oh, it's not a continuous series. There's no like storyline going through. There's no storyline. It's like a Black Mirror. It's like a Black Mirror. It's an anthology series. I don't even know if that's what it's called, but that's what I'm gonna call it. It's an anthology series. So each episode is its own story. And I was like, oh, interesting. Okay. So it's like Amazon's take on Black Mirror, because it's sci-fi-ish, but it kind of tells an interesting story. And I think the first night I sat and watched 3 episodes. And I felt myself being pulled in. I believe I even tweeted like that same night that I had started watching it and I felt like I was in love already. And I think if it wasn't the third episode, it was the fourth episode started playing. And as it was playing, I, I felt like I was just tired. I said, I don't think I have the energy for another episode right now. I feel like my soul has been through something a little bit. And I just, right now, I cannot absorb another episode. That's how I felt. And so I put that on pause and I came back to it tonight. And because I had gone a few minutes into that episode when I paused and stopped. So I started the episode from the beginning to make sure I knew what the fuck was going on. So not only was that episode, it a roller coaster of emotions. Each episode is a roller coaster of emotions. But none of them are like volatile. It just makes you feel things in such a beautiful, simple way. And oh Jesus, the writing, oh Father. There were times when oh my God, it was just, I don't know who wrote it, but or who the writer's room is a bunch of poets, because my Lord, some of the lines were just the most beautiful things I've ever heard in my life. And then you have people like Morgan Freeman delivering them, Anne Hathaway delivering them, Helen Mirren delivering them. Oh, Jesus, God. I might have to do a part 2 of this because I know I have to. I'm going to have to rewatch that series. There was a Telfar bag, dude. So many things were touched in this series that just spoke to me so deeply. Like, and it was just a small. I'm gonna have to do part 2 because I'm gonna have to rewatch the series and I'm gonna have to really dig deep because I just need to experience it again, first of all, but then second, there are things I'm sure that I probably like missed. Whew.